After hitting it big with The Evil Dead, Sam Raimi and company were not having much luck in finding work. In 1985, Raimi, his producing partner Rob Tapert, and co-producer/star Bruce Campbell teamed up to make the film Crime Wave. Written by the Coen brothers, famous for Raising Arizona, Fargo, and Miller's Crossing, the film, unfortunately, was a disaster. Between issues with the producers to difficulty with cast members, the film, as Bruce Campbell described, wasn't released, it escaped. Needing a hit, Raimi and company decided to return to the cabin for the 1987 follow-up,
Evil Dead 2.
Also known as
Evil Dead 2. Dead by Dawn.
Following the first film, Ash is stuck at the cabin with no escape, and the demonic force is psychologically torturing him. Meanwhile, a young woman named Annie, Sarah Berry, meets up with her partner Ed, Richard Damier. Anne is the daughter of Professor Noby, who originally found the Book of the Dead. The two decide to go to the cabin after not hearing from her father in some time. With the help of local rednecks Jake, Dan Hicks, and Bobby Joe, Casey Wesley, they get to the cabin only to find Ash, who just cut off his hand and accidentally shot Bobby Joe. Being trapped in the cabin with a witch in the cellar, it's up to our heroes to survive the night.
Dead by dawn!
Dead by dawn!
Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn!
Dead by dawn!
Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn! Dead by dawn!
Oftentimes, horror comedies can be a tricky balance, where sometimes they stray a bit too far into either direction. However, Evil Dead 2 is one of those great examples where they are perfectly blended together. When there's comedy, it's genuinely funny in a very dark and grotesque sort of way. When there's horror, there's a great sense of dread and a foreboding nature that really gets under your skin. Like the first one, this one is insane with the gore, though dialed back to avoid an X rating. You'll notice throughout that the blood changes colors, including a bright red, black, green, and more of a dark red. Basically, so long as it doesn't look like real blood, it's all good. I think this film is a great showcase of Bruce Campbell's acting abilities. He starts as a shell-shocked person who has survived this horrible series of events and is slowly starting to lose his sanity, especially having killed his girlfriend twice. A few highlights that show this include a small moment where he sees a rocking chair moving on his own till he goes over to it and it stops as soon as he reaches his hand out, as well as a moment where his reflection leaps out at him to tell him how crazy he is.
Think so. We just cut up our girlfriend with a chainsaw. Does that sound fine?
Once the new group arrives, he eventually steps up to be the badass hero we all think of him as. Although I'd like to give a mention to Sarah Berry as Annie, who's easily the best actor after Campbell. To sum it up, I really enjoy this film. As I said, the first one will always hold a special place in my heart. Even still, this one is a solid recommendation for me. This one has achieved major cult status like the first one, and is even considered the best of the trilogy. Even curmudgeonly old Roger Ebert gave it 3 stars, saying that it is
a comedy disguised as a blood-soaked shockorama. It looks superficially like a routine horror movie, a vomitorium designed to separate the callow teenagers from their lunch. But look a little closer and you'll realize that the movie is a fairly sophisticated satire.
If that does not sell you on the film, I don't know what will.